Good morning, guys. How are you today? So I actually made a video and I am deciding to, oh my gosh, the sun is sunning, but I'm trying to use the sun to my advantage. But I actually decided to redo and make a whole new video. Does this work better? Ah, no. Let me see. Guys, the sun is, okay, maybe. Okay, it's a little bit better. So yeah, I decided that I'm gonna redo this video. I'm gonna come about this like a little bit more, what word would I say? Authentic, right? I'll come through a little bit more authentically than what I had prepared. So right now I'm just like challenging myself to like start to tell my story and to speak up and to speak out. So yesterday or today, whatever I want to go, I made an Instagram post and I just completely, I just kind of gave like a quick hey transparency message, you know, like I'm very annoyed. I used to be very annoyed when people look at me and they say, oh, she has everything, she just is like, she grew up good, or da 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 da. In actuality, you know, like I came from nothing. Like I had a hard ass life, you know. And so nowadays I don't really take it personally because of the way I carry myself, right? The way that I present myself. But somebody brought it to my attention, somebody that I can truly say cares for me, brought it to my attention that I'm being fake. And my rebuttal back to them was like, no, I'm not being fake. If anything, I'm just not showing up as that hurt little girl that I was. I'm presenting myself to the world with the way I want them to view me, the way I want them to see me. And still again, you're fake, you're being fake, you're being fake. And I just could not wrap my mind around it. Like, how am I being fake if I'm evolving, right? And I'm showing this version of myself versus that version that I no longer identify with or want to identify with. But slowly it's starting to like make sense to me, because yes, I am who I am now today, but I also am that same person too, to a sense, right? So I have a story, I have growth, I have a testimony that can help other people that's going through the same things that I went through, right? So it's, you know, not a lot of people know. Even my friends never knew what I had going on in life, right? I just had one friend that would just understand the severity, and that's because as I'm running down the street in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. with a knife in my hand running for my life, that she's on, hey, we gotta go get a Katie, we gotta get Katie, we gotta get Katie, you know, like that's it, because she was who I called and that was who always came through for me, and that's who I feel comfortable with, right? Like that's the only person in this world that truly knows me. And it's scary to me to a sense, but at the same time I'm very thankful to have that friend in my life. But now I'm at the point to where I'm just really, I'm ready to release a lot of the traumas that I have within me that I've been holding inside of me. And it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so traumatic, I got baggage, call me back, like back lady. No, like none of that, right? Like I'm just ready to share my story. And I'm just ready to be able to help those that went through the same things, because yes, I've had multiple suicide attempts, yes, I've been homeless, yes, I've been broke, yes, I've been, you know, I've done it all. I've done it all. I've been all. Before I turned the age of 16, I was abused in every single way you can think of, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, mentally, like all of it, right? I was taken from my home before I even turned the age of 13. I was separated from the family that I knew, you know, and it's not like I went somewhere that was all peaches and sunshines. No, like life was kicking my ass, but thanks to God and my Jesus, my Lord Savior, I'm able to stand here right now and testify and say that I didn't give up, right? God gave me enough strength to persevere and to continue on every single day. And And I hope that you guys join me in this journey as I learn to grow and to elevate and to ascend in my consciousness and my vibration levels, right? So my channel, normally I do only post like, it's a little vlog, it's a good today, but I kind of touch on little things like that's real life, or like, oh yeah, I was depressed, or I'm depressed, or this and that, but I always flip it, right? And not flip it for the worse, but I flip it for the better, because mentally I'm blocking myself from allowing myself to feel those emotions. So I do only focus on the positive aspects, and when I present myself to the world, I want the world to see me as a positive person as well. So I just hope that you guys just listen to things that I'm saying, even if it doesn't apply to you right now. It might apply to somebody that you know and they just don't speak on it, right? My friends, I'll never forget when I was in college. It was my freshman year of college, and I was just so depressed, right? I've been struggling with depression since I was 12, guys. Like, seriously, it's like major depression, like the clinically diagnosed, you know. So it's like I struggle with major depression, bipolar disorder, as you know, so anxiety, all of these things, but I refuse to take medication because I know that I can get through this, you know. Like, I want to be able to grow and control myself. I don't want the medicine. I just remember being on the medicine, sitting inside the mental institution, just staring literally out the window at a blank roof for like 23 hours. Well, maybe not 23 hours, but like 13 hours until it was time for me to go to bed. I remember just feeling like a vegetable, like I didn't have any emotions. I just felt like tightness in my jaws and my pain. Like, it was just crazy, you know. So I have a lot more stories and testimonies that I can share, that I would like to share to the world and get into. And I just hope that you guys still join me on this journey as I am healing and self-growing and dedicating my life fully to God and using what God has allowed me to survive as a guide and as inspiration for those just like me that's going through some things. The amount of love that I woke up to this morning after the Instagram post, I'm in disbelief. Like, I didn't even know, you know, like, wow. Because I've always feared the world, right? I feared the judgment from the world. I feared not being good enough. I feared being, oh, she's weird, why is she saying that? She's such an outcast. That's not what social media is for. I don't care what anybody else have to say anymore. Like, literally, I'm trying not to cry right now. Literally, I'm done. Like, I'm fuck it, fuck you, fuck off, fuck off, bitch. You know, like, let's reveal the real me. Let's get into the real me, and hopefully let's impact those and uplift those around us, because we don't know what other people's going around. That's what I was saying. So when I was in college, my freshman year of college, I had like one of my biggest mental breakdowns, right? And I had a roommate that had a car, and so I just remember I was like, can I see your keys please to your car? Like, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna go and smoke, like right? So I get down, as I'm walking downstairs to the car, I'm just crying, right? But I'm like holding it in, and then I finally get to the car, and I just full on just go crazy, like screaming, crying, like it was horrible. And I think my friends, two of my friends, it was Micah and Zay, I want to say they were either walking by or they called me, and they realized what was going on, and they came and they sat in the car with me, and they just let me cry, they let me vent, and they were just like, what the fuck, Katie, we didn't know that you had any of this going on. Like, you never allow us to know these things, you never do. It's like you always present yourself as strong and like you have everything together and all this shit, right? And I'm like, because I can't be vulnerable, right? Like, I cannot be weak, because at the end of the day, I am the only person that I have. So if I'm weak, everything around me is going to shit, right? Like, the girls that got boyfriends and mans that could take care of them, and oh, you don't have to work, babe, like just go to school and do what you do. I don't have that luxury, right? Like, if I don't feel good, oh fucking well, I better get my sick ass up and go to work, because me calling into work is not gonna happen, because guess what, ain't nobody gonna be there to help me pay my bills at the end of the day, right? I didn't have to drop out of cosmetology school because I needed to prioritize making sure I had a roof over my head and bills to pay versus going to school. Because yes, I really want to go to school, but at the same time, how am I going to go to school if I don't even have the basic necessity of a home, right? Like, it's just so much that we'll get into. So if you have anything that you just really specifically want me to touch on, or you are curious to know about, or how I overcame it, or just, hey, did you ever go through this, or something that maybe you're going through, just let me know, okay? Like, leave a comment and we'll talk about it. Like, literally, we're gonna talk about it. I'm still gonna continue to post my travel vlogs. I'm still gonna continue to post like my day in the lives. I'm still gonna do all that, but at the same time too, I am gonna focus on telling my story and focus on mental health awareness issues, as well as just breaking the stigma that being vulnerable is weak and being weak is just bad, okay? Like, let's just move on. Let's help elevate the consciousness of this world. And I love you guys, and I hope that you follow me, but if not, sorry, just kidding. I love you all. I really do love y'all. Even if you don't really fool with me like that, I still love you, because my God asks me to. My God tells me to. But guess what, I love you regardless. Like, there's nothing that you can do that's gonna affect me. All the power goes to God. Baby boy, baby girl, what you think you're doing? Nothing. It is nothing compared to what my God has in store for me. So I love you guys.